Okay, so we were into clause by clause now, but as I told Mr. Lawton, I will hear your point of order.
Yes, and I hope that the clerk can provide you a reference on how to acknowledge points of order, Chair. This was, as you acknowledged in your opening remarks, the resumption of the 13th meeting of this committee. We suspended at our last meeting, and that means that there was an item under consideration, which was a programming motion on this committee's work. I realized that we had to elect a new chair, and I congratulate you on winning that race. However, there is precedent if you consult the previous ruling in the Standing Committee on Foreign Affairs and International Development meeting of May 16th, 2022. The election of a chair does not constitute a substantive motion, and thus, after the chair is elected, the previous matters of business continue. So we are still, the dilatory motion that Mr. Housefather moved and we voted on was out of order. We are still on the programming motion introduced at the last meeting. There is precedent to this effect, pursuant to the rules of this committee, and under that, I would have the floor as I did when the meeting was resumed.
Thank you, Mr. Lawton. In fact, the ruling is that the debate on your motion was adjourned because of the resignation of the chair and the election of a new chair, which is why I opened the floor for motions. And
that is not what the precedent says.
I'm familiar with precedent, Mr. Lawton. You're free. I'll say this one last time. You are free to challenge my rulings, as is your right, but don't challenge my integrity.
I'm not challenging your integrity. I'm challenging your knowledge of the rules, but I will challenge the chair's ruling.
Okay. Well, you're free to do that.
Okay.
Just point of order.
We're challenge the chair, Mr. Bauer, which we'll deal with that, and then we'll move on.
That the chair's decision be sustained, que la décision de la présidence soit maintenue. Mr. Chang.
Yes.
Madame Dillon.
Oui.
Madame Lantanzio.
Oui.
Mr. Housefather.
Yes.
Mr. Bauer.
No.
Ms. Cronus.
No.
Mr. Gill.
No.
Mr. Lawton, sorry.
No.
Monsieur Fortin.
Okay. Ruling upheld. We'll move to clause by clause.
Point of order, Chair.
Mr. Janis.
Thank you, Chair. Mr. Lawton mentioned a precedent, and I wanted to share that this is a precedent that actually involved me. It involved a chair that resigned as a member of Parliament, and it was in the middle of a meeting when a meeting was suspended. Mr. Spangeman was the chair at the time, and Mr. Assassi was elected to the chair. And my view previously had been that effectively the election of the chair led to the adjournment of the previous item.
I'm going to interrupt you. This is the same point of order.
Chair, it is.
No, Mr. Janis, just hear me out. I've ruled on it. An objection was noted. We voted on it, and it was upheld. Okay. So Chair, we're not going to hear the same point of order again, and you're certainly not going to re-argue something that we've already decided.
Chair,
we're going to move to clause by clause.
It's a different point of order. Will you allow me to finish, Chair?
It's not a different point of order because you're arguing the same point Mr. Lawton just did.
You got a little bit hot when you thought people were challenging your integrity, and I'm not challenging your integrity yet, but I would encourage you to be fair to all members. And let me finish my point of order.
I'll give you a very short leash, Mr. Janis.
Thank you, I think. The ruling was made by Mr. Assassi, who is still a member of Parliament, and the ruling specified, and I'm quoting directly from the minutes of the meeting, we certainly wouldn't want a situation where Liberal chairs made contradictory rulings in different meetings based on what they considered their partisan interest. The ruling by Mr. Assassi was, quote, the chair ruled, I'm reading from the minutes, so it said the chair ruled that the election of a chair does not constitute a new substantive question before the committee, and that therefore the committee remains seized with the motion and amendment previously under debate. This was the ruling of Mr. Assassi in exactly the same situation. So I want to just clarify, maybe the clerk can address the committee on this, about the role of precedent in the committee. Is this precedent relevant? Is it relevant that you have invented an approach that is completely opposite to what a Liberal chair did in exactly the same situation? I wonder if the clerk can address the relevance of precedent as a matter before the committee, which is, I think, a distinct issue.
I've just consulted with the clerk. This is exactly the same point of
Would
order.
you allow
Mr.
the clerk
Dennis.
to address the committee on the relevance of precedent,
Allow me
Chair?
to finish. This is the same point of order. It's already been ruled on.
No, it's not the same point of
It's
order.
already been challenged, and it's already been upheld.
You're
So my ruling is that this point of order is out of line.
What
because
is
it's
your ruling on the
redundant.
relevance of precedent, Chair? Is precedent, does
not
precedent
precedent.
matter?
No,
because the
okay,
standing
we're
orders-
moving to clause by clause, Mr. Janice. Thank you.
Can I cite the standing orders, Chair, which very clearly say that in unprovided for cases, it's in the standing orders. Will the clerk be allowed to address the committee?
All right, Mr. Janice.
In unprovided for cases.
Mr. Janice, I have ruled. You're now getting into the realm of debate, which is inappropriate because you've already been ruled inadmissible and out of line.
Point of order,
We're going
Chair.
to move on to Mr. Barber's first.
Have you been a chair
amendment.
previously? I think you
Pursuant to
have.
Standing Order 75-1, consideration of Clause 1, short title is postponed.
Will you allow the clerk to speak?
The chair calls on new Clause 1.1. Mr. Barber, I'll give you the floor.